The Milky Way is the galaxy in which the Earth is located. Part of it is visible on a clear night from Earth, like a thick band of stars stretching across the sky. We can see thousands of these stars with the naked eye, and many more with a telescope. But how many stars are there in the Milky Way? That's a surprisingly difficult question. You can't just sit there and count the stars in the galaxy, said David Kornreich, an assistant professor at a college in New York. Even in the Andromeda Galaxy, which is bright, large and relatively close to Earth, 2.3 million light-years away, only the largest stars and a few variable stars, especially the variable Cepheids, are bright enough to be seen with telescopes from that distance. For example, a star the size of the Sun would be too difficult to see. Structure of the Milky Way. Astronomers know from observation that the Milky Way is a closed spiral galaxy that is about 100,000 light-years across. When viewed from outside the galaxy, a central bulge could be seen surrounded by 4 arms, 2 large and 2 smaller. The main arms of the Milky Way are known as Perseus and Sagittarius. The Sun is in one of the 2 smaller arms, called the Orion Arm. The galaxy also has a huge halo of hot gas several 100,000 light-years in diameter around it. Astronomers estimate that the halo is as massive as all the stars in the Milky Way. However, many of the Milky Way stars are difficult to see. This is because at the center of the galaxy is the galactic bulge, filled with stars, gas, and dust, as well as a supermassive black hole. This area is so densely filled with material that even powerful telescopes cannot see through it. Astronomers aren't sure when or how the bulge formed. Some speculate that the Milky Way's early history was altered when a galaxy collided with another. There may be differences in the types of stars between galaxies with the same mass. Kornreich cautioned that this is very difficult to talk about in general, but said the distinction may lie when considering elliptical galaxies and spiral galaxies. Elliptical galaxies tend to have more K and M-type red dwarfs than spiral galaxies. Because elliptical galaxies are older, they will have less gas, because it was deflated during their evolution. Once the mass of a galaxy is determined, the other trick is to figure out how much of that mass comes from the stars. Most of the mass will consist of dark matter, the type of matter that does not emit light, but which is believed to make up most of the mass of the universe. You have to model a galaxy and see what percentage of that mass is accounted for by stars, Kornreich said. In a typical galaxy, if you measure its mass, about 90% of it is dark matter. Kornreich calculated that since most of the remaining matter in a galaxy consists of scattered gas and dust, about 3% of the galaxy's mass would be made up of stars, but that could change. Further, the size of the stars themselves can vary greatly, from the size of our Sun, to something dozens of times smaller or larger. The number of stars is about the same. So is there any way to figure out exactly how many stars there are in the galaxy? According to one calculation, the Milky Way has a mass of about 100 billion solar masses, or 100 billion solar mass stars. This includes stars that are larger or smaller than our Sun, which averages them out. However, the mass of the galaxy is difficult to calculate. Other estimates put the mass of the galaxy between 400 and 700 billion solar masses. The European Space Agency's Gaia mission maps the location of about 1 billion stars in the Milky Way. ESA says Gaia will map 1% of the Milky Way's stellar population, giving us an estimate of the total number of stars in our galaxy at 100 billion. Gaia's goal is to create the world's best 3-dimensional map of the Milky Way. But Kornreich said these numbers are approximations. More advanced models can make the approximation more accurate, but it would be very difficult to manually count the stars one at a time and tell you for sure how many there are in the galaxy.